Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 25th, 2022 new moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of during this new moon and solar eclipse. It is a profoundly powerful time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have the Four of Cups. So what's very interesting about this is that we're going to be very preoccupied. We're going to be very focused on things that we think are going to be of the utmost relevance. There we go. But Spirit is really tapping us on the shoulder saying, hey, look at this, look at this. But we're going to have a tendency to be in our own head, to be too much in our own world, really focusing on things that lower our energy vibration. I see this as very much, I see a stress around us, like a high stress level or a high sense of chaos. And that's going to be where we're drawn to. But Spirit's saying, like, we need to step back and we need to step into ourselves. So that's going to be a very important stance that we need to take during this time, to step into us, because divinity is really talking to us and opening up doors. Now, this new moon is in Scorpio. This time frame is in Scorpio. This begins eclipse season. So this is all about the heart, a heart-centered transformation. And as we look inward, that's going to bring us to that heart-centered transformation. We're just going to find that we might think that we're too busy for it, or we have so many things going on that centering into ourselves is kind of like the last thing on our minds. So just be very aware of this during this time, Cancer. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. So we have the Five of Pentacles, okay? There is an energy of, I have to be on the outside, okay? Coming through, just crowning everything straight away. Then we have the Six of Cups. There's a connection to the past. We have Judgment coming in, which is Libra energy, which is the time frame that we're stepping out of during this time. But there's also a sense of what has balanced us. Like, what do we desire? What do we want? What do we need? And then we have the Strength card, which is Leo energy. Okay. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Leo, or if we have strong Leo energy in our lives, okay, that's going to come through very powerfully here. First the Leo, then the Libra. Okay. If we're looking for time frames, the Libra time frame, September 23rd to October 22nd, there has been a decision that we have to make, or that we had to make. We could have also have made this in the from July 23rd to August 22nd time frame, okay, of of Leo that is coming forward. So just know that those 2 time frames come through very powerfully. Spirit saying, let them know, jot them down. If they resonate with you, fantastic. If they don't, then that message isn't meant for you. But there's a sense here of an internal judgment. It's almost like I'm looking at things and finding myself wanting, like I don't get to have what it is that I really want or really desire, or there's something here that's holding me back from where it is that I want to be. There's something from the past coming forward. There's something, it's childhood linked, okay? So there's a way that we see ourselves, Cancer, that when people look at us now, they'll be like, well, I don't see that at all. Like, that's not true. But because it is the past coming forward, we're judging ourselves off of that past, and we're feeling like we can't really step through into the prosperity that we want. And that's why the nostalgia is coming through so powerfully here, because we're going to find it just during this time and with this moon, which is interesting because it's the transformation of the heart that we're talking about. There's something from our past that hasn't been released, and it's going to take our strength, it's going to take our determination, it's going to take our focus to really get us to that place that we want to be, to get us to move forward in the direction that we want. And so that's going to be a big part of this time. It's just a tremendous amount of strength that we can step into if we let ourselves. But if we still see ourselves as being judged, or we still see ourselves as, not having enough, coming from a place of lack from the past, then that's going to perpetuate our whole entire existence. We're going to be feeding our souls, and we can focus on that which seems abundant right now, which is what isn't being done, or how I'm not moving forward the right way, or everything that is chaotic and negative in our world. Or we can step inward and kind of close out the world and say, I'm stepping into me. I'm stepping into my passion and what I desire, because divinity is handing us a gift. The thing that we have to be mindful of with the 5 of Pentacles coming through is that we might not really think that we're worthy of that gift as it steps forward in our lives, and as we step forward to it. There's something here where we're going to be distracted, and we're going to be thinking, oh no, that's for somebody else, not me. It's almost like there's leftovers in the fridge, right? And they were so yummy that we're saying, oh, well, we'll save them for that person who really enjoyed them. And that person's thinking, oh, I'll save that for you. And then they go bad and they get thrown away and nobody eats it. So here it's like, take the wealth, take the prosperity, split the yummy piece of food that's in the fridge, split the bounty, because you're waiting for somebody else. And you can't even say to them, hey, do you want to do this? If they say no, because I do see here, Cancer, that you're waiting for somebody else. And it's like, they're not sure if they're coming on board or if they're not. But their indecisiveness is keeping you stuck in a place of, oh no, I can't do this, or I can't afford this, or I can't have this, or it'll be too braggadocious. And Spirit's saying to stop that. With the 5 of Pentacles also, there is a sense of, I'm releasing the chains of the past. I'm releasing things that have made me look at myself quite differently than the way that others perceive me now, or the way that I want to perceive me, the way that I want to move forward. With the 6 of Cups, there is that strong nostalgia from the past that steps into our present. And that can be fantastic. We can sit there and really want to recreate the past, or recreate the bounty that's coming forward. But it can also be making us a little bit sluggish, or making us think, oh, well, it's never going to be as good as it once was, or I'm never going to have what I once had. And we have to be mindful of that energy coming forward, because we don't want it and we don't need it. So there's this real sense here of, I'm seeing what is holding me back. I'm seeing what I need to release. I'm seeing where I need to be for me, and I'm opening up that door. I'm letting myself move forward. There's an energy here that's saying, I can hold you back if you want to. I can. And it's just like, there's just like this little tether. And it's like, I can hold you back if you want to be held back. But Spirit's really saying, this is a time to fly. This is a time, the new moon is a time of introspection. And this is a time where that introspection lets us see ourselves and lets us see how much we have changed, how much we have stepped into, how much is a part of us. I keep on looking at this vase of flowers, and this was picked from my garden. And we have the daisies and we have the lavender, and they're the last flowers before the fall takes over and winter comes, and it's just too cold for anything. And here, it's like we can focus on the fact that it's going to get really, really, really cold, or we can focus on the beauty that's still staying. We can focus on, the beauty that is to come. And what divinity is saying, and why they're telling me to focus on the flowers, it's like, focus on what you have right now. Focus on where you are right now. And the little beautiful moments, whether it be a bouquet of flowers that you can make, from the garden, whether it be that you can, take the lavender and make a little thing, a potpourri, and sit it on your desk while you're working or writing, and just connect with the earth, connect with what is beautiful, what is tranquil, because you're defining your world. And there's this real sense of, why do we let others judge us? Or why do we work off of other people's words, other people's emotions, other people's actions? With judgment, it's an interesting card because, I'm sorry, not with judgment, with justice. It's an interesting card because here they're being judged, right? And rightly so with Hocus Pocus and the Sanderson sisters. But here, it's a sense of the justice is coming, but it involves a verdict. Are we passing that verdict on ourselves? Are we holding ourselves back from what we desire and what we want and what we need and where we need to be for us and what we're looking for? And so as we're embracing justice, as we're embracing, what is right for us in our world, we also have to embrace being just to ourselves and for ourselves, looking at us and saying, I matter and I see you. And I'm not letting the past say, I can't have the bounty of my present. I'm not letting the past hold me back and keep me from the place that I really need to be. Because our greatest strength during this time is going to be our heart, our compassion, what we desire, what we want, but also the sense to stand up for ourselves and embrace our voice. There is determination here. There is focus here. There is insight here, and we're embracing it. We're looking at it and we're finding ourselves being a little bit more fierce, Cancer, than people expect us to be. People kind of say, oh, well, I can push you. And there's just a sense of up to a point. Up to a point, I'll let things slide. But now you've changed the game. And my fierceness and my determination and my focus, that's coming through. You have a very fierce energy around you. Be aware of this. It's your angels coming forward, wrapping their wings around you. It's your spirit guides, standing and taking your hands. It's ancestors who have passed, whispering into your ear. You're very connected if you listen, and you will draw your strength from that. But there needs to be a connection to it. There needs to be a little ritual to it, a sense of I am stepping into this energy. I'm embracing this aspect of myself. Because if we just go about our busy, chaotic, unconnected days, everything else just falls away. And we forget the strength. We'll lose track of the strength. So just be very, very aware of this here. Here, Cancer. Okay, so let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Oop, as I have these upside down. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. I love that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So what's so interesting is that we're crowned with the energy of be bold and make the first move. We have this over the 5 of Pentacles that makes us feel like we're on the outside. So it's like, okay, even though we might be quaking in our boots, be bold and make the first move. Go after what it is that you desire. You're not going to feel 100% confident, and you might not think that you're 100% competent in what you're going after and what you want and what you are desiring. But there is power here. But there is brilliance here. You have to make the first move for it, claim it, own it, and that's going to just change the game. That is going to change the game. This moon makes you bold, but this moon, because it brings forward and is centered around our heart's transformation, it makes us doubt that we can actually get to where it is that we want to be. We also have the sun, and we also have, Venus right next to the sun in Scorpio, and Scorpio rules Pluto. And there's just this whole energy of the sun is illuminating what we love and what we desire. linking us to the energy of our heart. We are ruled by the moon, Cancer. Okay, so when the moon comes in, now here, ruled by transforming Scorpio, we're going to find that even though the day might bring us towards what we love or warm us with opportunities and passions, the night is going to be where we feel more at home. And the introspection of our own personal understanding is going to open up the door. The sense of, oh, this is where I need to be. Oh, this is what I was looking for. We need those quiet moments, and we need that connection with ourselves. Either we do it through journaling, either we do it through meditation. However we connect, it's going to be important. And just that connection is going to be bold, is going to help us increase our own boldness. And to make the first move, it brings us into balance. We're finding a balance that moves us forward as we're connecting with the past. Spirit is saying, do not lose sight of the past, of your nostalgia. There is a powerful link there for you, but do not let it rule you. Do not let it take over and be the only thing that you can focus on and think about. Because what the moon is saying to us is, will we be just to ourselves? Will we look at what we need and what we desire and say, this is the justice that I need for me. This is the place that I need to be for me. Or will we say, I will let everybody else judge me, and I will take their judgment, and I will let it cast me down. Because this moon, it makes us very sensitive. It makes us very intuitive. It makes us very connected with what we want. But it also can bring a timidity to it, because there is just the crowning of the Five of Pentacles, which asks us, do you think you're worthy? And the first response is going to be no. And that's going to be what we're battling against. And so we need to have faith here in our own strength, faith in our power of moving forward, faith in our insight and our ideas and where we want to be and what we're looking for in our lives. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the Three of Wands. We have doors opening. We need to be mindful that as we move forward, we're not running away, that we're saying, that's what I want. That's where I need to be. Because there's a door that's going to open. It's just going to be easier. And you're going to think, oh yeah, I don't really like it. I'm not really into this, but it's an easier doorway. It could be a relationship with a person. It could be a business move, but it's going to be an easier doorway that you're not really into. But it's like, yeah, okay. It's like, but it's filling a need for the right now. And Spirit is saying that this moon is not about the right now. It's more about what is to come. It brings us to our subconscious Luna message, where you have meditate and contemplate. It brings you the sovereignty of the moon. It brings you the blessing and the beauty of the moon to move you forward. Strong, sacred, feminine energy here. So if you find it easier to connect with the sacred masculine, subconsciously you're going to be having a bit of a difficult time, because in that meditation, in that contemplation, the sacred feminine steps forward. If you have an easy time connecting with the sacred feminine, you will find this to be not as stressful as other Cancers may find this time. So just be aware of that. Connecting with the feminine, connecting with what you love and what you desire, and what this moon gets to nurture, and how it grows and wanes like crops in the field, like a pregnant belly, like life. We're going to find that we see ourselves more and more. But we see the becoming of things. We see the beauty of things. We see the endings of things. This can be very overwhelming if you're not ready for it. Be kind to yourself as you're stepping forward. You're going to be feeling this moon, the solar eclipse, more. It's going to have a feeling to it, an energy to it. All right? You can ignore it, most definitely. That's always an option. But if you embrace it and you let yourself step forward with it, it can be highly transformative, and it can be highly beautiful. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Five of Cups. Change your mind and change your life. Change what you're focusing on. There's something that you're focusing on here, Cancer, and it drains you. It brings you down. It doesn't help you to move forward the way that you want it to. look at it and understand. Or just stop and say, what am I focusing on? What's taking all my energy? Why is it taking all my energy? How can I make peace my primary goal? Calm. Being centered within myself. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this new moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer, and may you have a blessed moon.